Welcome to C45 TV. My name is Abdul Mugwa. Ladies and gentlemen, from my analysis, every year we always encounter disasters as a country. Last year we had the issue to do with drought, famine, and it really affected most people, particularly in the northern parts of Kenya. Now today we are talking about the floods in Kenya. Right now these things keep on happening. Last year we had floods. This year again we've had the same floods. Now, who are we supposed to blame in this kind of an instance? First of all, before I tell you whom we are going to blame on this kind of a case, kindly, if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure you subscribe, like and comment, because that is the best support you can give us. Now, I'm going to single out 3 cases in this instance, but before we do so, kindly let me pass my sincere condolences to the families that are affected, and please, if you're near any of these people and you can offer any help, please make sure that you do that. Now, let me dive into the major topics and incidences for today's discussion. Now, the first instance I want to talk about, it is the issue of the capsizing boat that happened in one of the rivers in Kenya. Now, first of all, when we had floods last year, the same cases happened, where we had capsizing of boats. We also had lorries being overturned, and still this year the same cases are happening. Who are we supposed to blame in such a kind of instance? It is the public, the common mwananchi, someone who sees the danger but still goes ahead to do that. Now, the people who were in the river where the boat capsized, there were very many of them. The river was not stable for them to flow, but they still decided to go in and start sailing to whichever place they wanted to go. What happened? Most people lost their lives, about 20 of them or more, and that was very sad. It included even children. Now, one of the things that I saw from that video is that they didn't wear the floating jackets. That was another mistake that happened. Let Kenyans not assume dangers whenever they see them. Let them take precautions or avoid instances of this kind. Now, another case I want to talk about is the lorry that also capsized in one of the roads in eastern parts of Kenya. Now, this lorry was huge, with people inside, very many people inside, but they felt like because it is huge and it's loaded, they can easily overpower the force of the water. Now, checking that instance, it happened the same case last year where we had a lorry as well, which capsized and many people lost their lives. Now, still, despite the experience people had from the last year's floods, they went ahead to do the same thing this year, something that where the outcome was simply the same as the one that we encountered last year. Now, these are things that are happening. The government does not have a role to play in that. Nobody asks somebody to go and risk his life the way those people in the lorry did. It is ideal these people if it's ideal that whenever you see there's some danger, if there's water that's flowing over the road, kindly make sure that you avoid that place. Let the water take its course. After it is done, or maybe the levels have gone down, then you swiftly make your journey. Now, another thing I want to talk about here, the most dangerous thing I've seen this year, it is the issue of the dam that broke its banks in mahiu. Now, before I proceed on that incident, last year we had the same case. Not last year really, but some years back, we had the issue of the dam at Sulai. Now, this dam, we had very many people being affected, and actually I think compensation was done, and the government really had very many things, very many policies that were passed to ensure that the same case does not happen. Now, today, when I was listening to the statement that was being given by the Interior Cabinet Secretary, they were saying that now they have given 24 hours for inspection of this kind of dams in the entire republic. Now, this is not the first time you're experiencing this as a country. It happened the other time at Sulai. Now it has happened again, whichever the causes, but still it is a river, it's a dam that overflew and actually affected very many Kenyans. Now, this is my question. Did the government just stop at Sulai, and now after these ones, when they're doing the inspection, why is it that the government cannot keep doing the inspection now and then? Here in this case we blame the government, and I think the government must wake up to ensure that some of these things have been checked early enough. Now, people also need sensitization in the villages. If you see a scenario where people are living along the water paths, it's ideal that the government can advise otherwise. But in this case, they did not check on that. They did not follow the process to ensure that these people do not build their houses in that kind of a state. Now, we had very many cases of deaths. I think they were saying more than 40 people died, and that was very bad. Most of them lost their properties, and about 3 villages were affected. Of course, the government has moved in swiftly to provide some essential commodities to them, but we feel this was not supposed to happen. If these people were advised early enough to move from that place, this could not have happened. But now the government has to take much more measures to ensure that at least the same case has not repeated itself. Now, if this is the first time once again you're watching our videos, kindly make sure to subscribe, like and comment, because that is best support you can always give us. Kindly remember to pray and assist those who are affected. See you next time.